Hi, my name is Eka. This is my channel, Spinning Around Me, where I'm going to be discussing cultural, spiritual topics as they come into my thought sphere and sharing how I've encountered or come to understand them. And I would also love to hear how they come into your life as well. Today I'm going to be talking about the aura and how it relates to manifestation and culture. This is just a brief kind of introduction to the concept of aura, though. So, aura, right now, you may have heard of from this concept of aura points that is in the current language. And aura points is this idea that when you do something cool, you gain aura points. And when you do something not so cool, you lose aura points. And this determines the strength of your aura. And this reminds me of the concept of Hawaiian mana, which is a spiritual energy that surrounds everything, but it can be influenced as well by behavior. This also reminds me of the topic of karma, because when you study karma, karma is described as particles that stick to you and begin to shape reality. So these two concepts together, lawofassumption, manifestation, and this idea of aura points, it actually is kind of circling us back around to these older spiritual concepts, which I think is super fun. But the aura and the way that it works and what it does is it is an energy field that surrounds each one of us, and it surrounds us in a personalized way. But it also extends into everything and creates a unified field. This happens on the etheric realm, which is kind of beyond our current understanding of matter, or maybe perhaps on a quantum level, but because it comes from spirit and source, it is, shrouded in a certain level of mystery as well that we might not ever be able to really fully understand the nuances of. So the function of the aura is to store imprints as information points that begin to attract reality to you. And this works on a collective level as well. So shared imprints, such as cultural influences and belief, they will shape reality. One way of conceptualizing this idea is through perception only, which is the idea of, is the glass half full or half empty? This kind of perception will change how you interact with reality. However, on an esoteric level, the aura actually begins to rearrange matter itself, and sleep helps to reset this system so that matter can reorganize and begin to attract to you based on imprints. So with manifestation, you are trying to create very strong imprints through your conscious choice or through repetition or strongly held assumptions to override any kind of imprint that denies that reality to you. Because in a unified field, there are essentially many states that reality can exist in, because all of time happens together, and all you need to do is bring new imprints into the state of now in order for matter and your perception to begin to change how reality presents itself to you. The aura is tethered to our subtle body, which is how we exist in the etheric realm. It's not something that we are always conscious of, but it is something that you can tap into, that etheric level of yourself. It might even be thought of as the higher self. The way that I like to think of the etheric body is as though it is a nodal point on the unified field, similar to the idea of blockchain. And blockchain creates information nodes that are essentially eternal on the blockchain. However, they can be changed. But when they are changed, these changes need co-awareness or people to verify those changes, and it shows the log of changes that have happened to the node, which is like the aura. The aura contains a log of all the imprints that you've encountered in your life and in your past lives even. And then on some level, it shows all of the nodes of imprints that have happened for everyone. And you can make changes to the imprints or the information associated with your node or your etheric body. But you need to really witness that state, which is, to me, embodiment. Another way that I like to think of the etheric body is to imagine it as though it is a 5D pixel on a cosmic screen, and the information associated with that pixel shapes the greater whole, but can be changed with a hex editor. I'll show this on another video, but right now we're just kind of getting into the introduction of it. So that ties into this point that I have here, which is the aura is localized and it's personal, as well as it is super personal or connected to everyone, and the concept of higher self. So the higher self would also be the essence of all of your particular lifetimes, but it is like your greater nodal form. So with manifestation, there's a couple ways that you could approach it. You could bring awareness to your imprints so that you understand your habits and your behavior and what you are attracting to you based on your current habits. You can also look at astrology, which is essentially a language that shows imprints in the aura. It might not capture every nuance of the imprints in the aura, but it does give a fairly good overview of imprints in one's aura. And actually, if you need help with that, then I have a link in the description, and I would love to help you look at that. But action is actually one of the best ways to work with aura, because action will create new imprints. So regardless of your imprints, if you can just work through them, you will override any limiting imprints and begin to form new reality. If you pair this with visualization and belief, then you will get an even stronger reality attraction to you. So I'm also going to just make a little diagram drawing here. Again, this is very introductory, but I want to show the kind of anatomy of the aura with the help of this little friend here. So with the aura, we have this personal level of aura, which is going to be most relevant to your current life. And underneath that, we have the etheric body. And underneath that, we have a source point. Over top of this personal level of aura would be the historic level of your aura, which is still personal, but might not be always conscious. Beyond that historic level, there is another historic level that is your past lifetimes. And beyond this level, there are spirits and other energies. So you could think of this as loved ones who might have passed on, like ancestors. This could be spirit guides, anything that is attracted to you through the understanding of you. And the way that spirits work is that spirits with your likeness will be interested in you naturally because they are attracted to the essence that you're putting out. Still beyond this layer is a archetypal layer. And the archetypal layer, because time doesn't exist linearly, it exists all at once. This archetypal layer is how we actually form persona at all. It takes the patterns of behavior of all of time, and archetypes are formed through that. Or you can view it the other way and say that archetypes existed before everything, and they create the energy of matter, and that energy can be personified in many ways. So this would relate to astrology. Astrology would kind of exist in this level of aura because the planets are essentially archetypes for energy, and when you look at a chart, that's what you're reading. So then beyond this, in this archetypal realm, this is like more godly, like you would find demigods and kind of all blueprint form, or like Plato's theory of the form here. This is like perfected, though it's hard to draw because this layer would kind of wrap around back into the etheric body. So it ends up being this toroidal shape that you've probably seen before if you are kind of like spiritually inclined. And then because it goes back around, then we have another layer, which is just source. And it funnels into that source point. So that is my introduction to aura and how it relates to manifestation. Since it's a topic that I love, I will definitely be coming back to this. I don't like this layer there, but tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if you have seen your etheric body or if you've seen the chakras. I know that they have these new photography studios, and it claims that it can take photos of your aura color. This is not how I have encountered aura, and actually even these colors that I've made here is not how I've encountered aura. When I've seen aura, it is similar to water, and there are some researchers out there who say that water actually changes its shape depending on the thought energy or the language that is surrounding it. So the aura is similar to water, but it's etheric water. And when I've seen the aura, it can be blue. When I'm kind of encountering spirits, it is clear if I'm kind of aligned with what I'm doing, and it is muddy like pond water if I'm kind of lost within myself. So that's how I've experienced aura. I have seen chakras, but I've never seen it like exactly tied to what I think of as aura in the way that these photography studios do. However, maybe that would be fun to do. There's a studio down the road from me, so maybe I'll do that for a video. But anyway, let me know what you think of these concepts. Let me know what kind of success you're having with manifestation and the law of assumption, and I'll be doing some future videos soon. So thanks for watching. Bye.